all doing? Welcome to another Motion 5 tutorial. As you saw sort of beforehand, I'm going to show you today how to make this rain effect and the letters fall away with the rain. So yeah, let's get on into Motion and do that. So we're going to start a new Motion project, 30 frames per second and duration in just 6 seconds, just a short one. Click open, and then we're going to go to our preview pane at the top and click fit. And then we're going to create some text. So the text is going to be big rain, as you saw. And don't get too much of a hang up about what font it's in or anything like that. Just use a big font, because the text as you see on the screen at the moment is just a template. So now I'm going to go to my heads up display, which is this little button here, or the keyboard. Likewise, you could do what I'm doing in the inspector as well, but I just like using the heads up display. It's like a short, small, quick inspector properties. I'm just going to drag the size up a little bit and drag the tracking out, and now the tracking just creates a bigger gap between each letter. I'm going to make sure it's on one line. You don't have to, but I would suggest that you do. And then resize the center it up by clicking group, and then go back to the rain. So that's that done. Close my my heads up display if it wants to bother closing. Close my heads up display, and then I'm going to rename this group and just call it text. Excellent. Then I'm going to go into my library, go to my particle emitters, and I've got this big rain here. Now what I want to do is drag it into a new group, so I'll create a new group with this little plus button in my layers pane over here. New group, and then drag the big rain. There's a few ways you can do this, I'm just showing you this way. Drag the big rain into that group, and if we click play and watch it go through our timeline now, you'll notice the particle emitter does its job and we get this rain effect. So halfway through, in sort of the center of the timeline, I'm going to pause it or just stop it. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to change the size of it. And again, there's a few ways that we can do this, and I'm just showing you this way. And I'm going to drag by these blue points, drag my big rain particle emitter out so it's just over the edges of my text. And the reason I don't do this at the start of my timeline is because the particle emitter changes in size. If I let it play through, you'll see it change in size and it gets bigger. So if I made it at the biggest I wanted it at the start of the timeline, it would expand off the screen, if that makes sense. So I put it to the center there or thereabouts where it's at its biggest, and just dragged it out to the size that I want it. Go back to the start of my timeline. Above our particle emitter, you will notice to make this big rain, they use this image called drop 1. So it's just a replicator of that image, and that's roughly what we're going to do. So I'm going to turn my big rain particle emitter off for now, just so I can concentrate on the replicator. And to make a replicator, quick way to do it is just press L on your keyboard. So with the drop 1 selected, press L on your keyboard and it replicates the drop 1. Now I'm going to go to my inspector, my replicator selected. So I've got inspector, replicator, and then I'm going to go start at the top. Rectangle, drag it down to image. Tile fill, drag it down to random. And then in this image source, drag my original text over and drop it in the image source box. Now, I'll get this sort of line around, and I'm just going to drag that up just sort of over my text. Right, so it's over my text. Now these points, I'm going to make these points 5,000 just in the first instance. So just type in 5,000, press enter, and then I'm going to go down to the bottom. Don't worry about the mess on the screen. Go down to the bottom, and my scale I'm going to make 40%. So in my cell controls, scale 40%, press enter. Excellent. Select project at the top and then select replicator again. And when you select project at the top, you'll see we have actually got this big rain. So if we turn our text off, we've still got the big rain replicator shown there. Right, so you can do any of them just if you select it, so you'll see the big rain now. Now if we let our timeline play through, because we've got this replicator 5,000 times, it might slow your computer down or your Mac down a little bit. But if we let it play through, turn our emitter on, So turn our particle emitter back on. We'll notice that the rain that's emitting is a different colour to the rain here. So with our replicator selected still, cell controls, original, drop down the original into colorize, and then this colour box, make it sort of a sky blue that matches the rain. So I'm happy with that, or there or thereabouts. So that's excellent. So that's our colour and our text copied. So we've got this big rain. Now what I want to do is add a few keyframes. There's a few ways we could do this, right? But I'm going to do it by keyframing, okay? And the first thing I'm going to keyframe is our particle emitter itself. So at the very start of my timeline, with the particle emitter selected, I'm going to go to my birth rate. I'm going to make it 0, so highlight it, press 0, and just click Add Keyframe. I'm then going to go sort of 1 second in and make my birth rate 300. I'm then going to go 2 seconds in, just over 2 seconds in, and make my birth rate 800. Then going to go 3 seconds in and make my birth rate 1200. Then I'm going to go 5 seconds in, or just over 5 seconds. No, 5 seconds in, and make my birth rate 0. Okay? So you will see, if we play it through now, I'm just going to select project at the top so we've got no lines going through our screen. And we select it, the rain starts slowly. It will build up, build up, build up. And then it will fall off. So we've eventually got, it will stop and we've got nothing. Excellent. Now what we want to do is match this big rain fall off to our particle emitter. So select our replicator. And to start off with, we've got our points. This is where we're going to concentrate. Our points are 5,000. First and foremost, we need to keyframe at the start of our project. So with our replicator, keyframe at the start, then go to 5 seconds up here and put it on 0, and then you can keyframe again. Excellent. So just over 5 seconds and our rain is finished. Just where our rain's finished, that's where we want it. Excellent. Now when we play it through, it will build in, and build out and fall away. So it is really, really that simple. What I would do maybe is go up to the center of my, no, that rain is fine. That's good, that's good. And I would probably add sounds to that. I'll add some sound and stick it in at the end. So that's about it really. And if you have any questions, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any questions or any dramas, please leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to like, sub, whatever you want to do. Have a great day. Catch you later.